Hello to my collective. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's well. Everyone's had a wonderful, wonderful day, or is about to have a great one wherever you are, or is having a great day. No, it's right in the middle of the day today, so this is great. Let's just not delay it anymore and let's begin the reading with lighting up our candles. So we're beginning with lighting up candles for Archangel Raphael. Awesome. Archangel Michael. Okay, great. Loving it. Archangel Gabriel. Wow. Awesome. And Archangel Chamuel. Okay, great. So maybe it has stabilized, but what I was picking on before I started the reading, and not just like now, in fact, even okay, let me tell you how I was feeling about, let's say, about an hour ago. It was very heavy projection energy. It is like, why, as in it felt like what projection is very in definition, right? A lot of hate, and I mean hate, it's hate, envy, maliciousness, ill intent, all those wonderful things, a bouquet of those wonderful things, something like that. It was like very, 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 very intense. Like, to an extent, I was like, I had to take a bath. That's why my hair is like a slightly little wild, wilder than usual, I would say. But yeah, literally is still wet. Yeah, so that's what I had to take a bath to feel okay, a spiritual bath to feel okay. It was so heavy, and it's almost like, and even at this moment I feel I'm sitting okay. There's a lot of space here, but I feel as if this table's not stable. I feel like the camera's gonna fall off. That's what I feel. 2:22 on the clock. That's how I see it. Okay, so yeah, a lot of projection. It is, of course, like, I have protected myself, but I do feel, that, like that carefulness, that cautiousness of, to move, to move with caution, rather, if you know what I'm trying to say. That kind of energy when you're like, you're being yourself, but then there's just so much heavy projection at you that it's almost like that you have to let me be careful here. So it could be your truth. I think it could be that because why I'm saying it's truth is because I literally asked for directions from divine, and it gave me the story of one of the most famous truth tellers, I would say. People who would give up anything and everything to speak the truth, literally opened up on that page, literally the beginning of that chapter. Wasn't even in the middle. It literally went there. And you would have heard of stories about Satyavati, Harish Chandra. Literally divine gave me the story, and it's a mythological story, right? Okay, so it comes from it has a lot of pull, I would say. So even if till date you will feel, if you were to like give, people would use this adage like हरीश चंद्र जैसा सच्चा बनता है, या बड़ा है राजा, हरीश चंद्र बनने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm sure you're getting it, right? So divine gave me that story, bro. And the story is not about him just going about like, I will only speak the truth, come what may. No, it is literally, he went through stuff. Like, okay, so I think so there was once, so it was all fate, okay? It was like divines, universes, whichever way you want to call it, however you connect with, irrespective. If you don't believe in a power which is mightier than your own, then this is not a channel for you. Then you must go and watch something else. You're gonna be bored here. This is not for you. You won't be able to connect to anything that I say. But if you do believe in divine, you do believe in a higher power, it doesn't have to be a god, any god, universe, whatever. even if you believe in science, you're not a flat earther, you're not a mouth breather, this will resonate with you then. Okay, so I'll tell you the story that was given to me. Okay, and I had read this many years ago, but then it was refreshed, it was literally given to me again. I was like, oh. So you could be my collective again. See, I feel cautious while sitting down. I feel this table is not stable, it might fall off. That's how I'm feeling. So you might be feeling that way, but I'm going to tell you how it's going to like pan out for you. Predicting this for you now. Okay, so what was the story like? So one day, Raja Harishchandra, so he was the king, right? Raja Harishchandra, king of where? King of Ayodhya. He was a Suryavanshi, so from the same Lord Ram's clan. Okay, so I don't know where he fits. I think he fits right on the top. All right, but there's a whole list of Ashwaku clan that I'll come up with if you're interested in that. I have that somewhere. Okay, but anyway, so beginning from so his story is like this. So he's the king. So what did the kings do back in those times, right? They went out to hunt. That was the first and foremost leisure activity, the most preferred leisure activity. That's what he did. So he went out to hunt. So he went out alone, and he just heard a woman's voice who sounded like she was in trouble, she was in pain, all right, that she needed help. All right, so he charged. Instead of going and doing his own hunting, he obviously charged in that direction to help that woman. Okay, and he goes in that direction, and there was basically no woman there. This was an entity, a negative entity, some Vakrasur, I don't know, I'm forgetting the name of that entity. This entity was trying to disturb sage Vishwamitra's tapasya. Alright, I don't know what he was like, what the tapasya really was, what the penance was, but he was in meditation. He was sitting and he was in the meditative mode. So this entity was trying to disturb the sage basically. Alright, so, and I think Vishwamitra is one of those top 8, top 10 sages, right, that we've had throughout our mythological history. Alright, so he was in that, so he was trying to disturb him. So he was making those noises like a woman in distress kind of noises, so that his meditation breaks, and then he goes and goes to kind of like to save the woman, and then the meditation would basically break and he'll not be able to achieve what he was trying to achieve. He was trying to like raise the vibration of the universe or whatever he was trying to do. All right, this is what the sages did. This is what they did. This was their job, to raise the vibration of the earth. All right, and negative entity's bloody job is to pull that back down. So this was the whole plan. It was like, okay, the woman will cry, sage will get up, will try to save, and everything will kuch karna nahi padega mujhe to bas, that's it. You know, this is what the negative entity thought. But apparently he saw Harishchandra also came charging on his horse. He was like, great plan, let me get them both. You know what? So it'll be easy for, so he, obviously the entity could not touch sage Vishwamitra because aukat nahi. Alright, so if you are into meditation, you are connected to divine, you're protected by divine. Entities can roam around you, can do these aflatuni things, but they can't touch you. They can bring you no harm. They can do things around you, but they can't touch you. Understand that? Okay, so the entity was not able to touch the sage, but he could touch Raja Harishchandra, King Harishchandra. So what he did was the entity went possessed Raja Harishchandra's body and started abusing the sage. Lord Vishwamitra ki, you this and you that or whatever, what are you doing, this is all blah blah, this is bullshit, this, that, all of those abuses. Okay, and now suddenly he's just possessed. Harishchandra came in, he was looking for a woman, there was no woman, and then his body gets possessed and he hurled out these abuses at the sage, and now sage now wakes up, comes out of his meditation and is like, who the hell is he, who the hell are you? You broke my meditation, you broke the chain of my thought, you broke what I was doing. I've been doing it for like many years, and you broke that, and you're going to now pay a price for it. Now as soon as the entity hears this, he just vacates the king's body and was like, my work is done here. Both of them, uska meditation tood diya, उसको भी लग गया चपत, बड़ा सत्यवादी बनता फिरता है ना. बोथ ऑफ देम, एक तीर से मैंने दो निशाने कर दिए. वाज लाइक, oh, party time. I'm sure the entity was like, party time now. Like, I'm sure the Satan would be so happy with me. I'm sure the entity went away thinking, this is it. I'm going to be rewarded. I'm going to be given a gold medal today. And went away. The entity went out. My job is done here. Now they'll fight amongst each other. And दोनों का कार्यक्रम हो गया मेरा. So, now, what happens now, Lord, as in the sage, and of course Lord, as in the sage gets like super, super angry at him that, and Lord and Harishchandra, as in King Harishchandra is like, okay, I'll just call them King and the sage because the names are very long, okay? The king is like, I did not know, I don't know what happened to me, I would never say something like this to anyone, I'd never speak untruth, I'm the truthful one, I never do this. Whatever that was. Okay, so something like that. He says, I would never do it, sage, I would never do it, trust me. And the sage was like, I've had enough of this. What you did, look at the outcome of what you did. You did this, and this is what has happened now. My tapasya is broken, and I've been doing it for those many years, and I was doing it for this 111 on the clock. So this is broken, so you have to pay a price for this. You have to pay a price. And he said, what price can I pay? And he gets like, really. So there's a backstory about, Lord Harishchandra, I think, tried to save his son's life by doing some backstory that we'll pick up some other time, okay? So the sage this time is like, no, I will not just let you go like this. You'll not be able to cheat me out of it or something, but you'll have to like, give me, I want. So he's like, you ask whatever you want. The king goes like, okay, I'm ready to pay the price. I'm sure I've made the mistake. You tell me, what can I do? How can I just repay back? How can I, solve the situation? How can I absolve my sins now? What can I do? So he says, Sage says, I'm going to take away everything that you have, which is your city or your stay, whatever, your Rajya, alright? I'm going to take Ayodhya, and I'm going to take all your wealth. I'm going to take everything from you. You will not live in Ayodhya anymore. That is not yours anymore. You have to leave everything and go. Leave everything as is and go. You get to take nothing. What the? I don't know what noise. Who is making this noise outside? I don't know. It's quite distracting. Alright, but anyway, so this was like, okay, he was like ready, okay, fine. Okay, whatever you say, Sage, I'm ready to pay that price. And the next day he, comes and he just like, he is leaving. Next morning he just, he has a wife and a son. So all three of his wife's name is Tara and the son's name is Rohita, right? Tara, Mati and Rohita, aise naam de. Alright, so Harishchandra, Tara, Mati and Rohita are leaving and everything. So as in his praja and his people were very happy with what he was doing. Was as a king, they were very happy with Rajya, with what he stood for, and he was a good king. Alright, basically he ruled well, he was truthful, and he was honest and everything. That's what basically what people needed in those times. That was all. And he could protect them well and everything. Alright, so, and Suryavanshi clan came, they were like, so obviously it had its pull, right? So the people were not happy, they were like crying and everything, and the sage was making fun of all that I can't believe in all of this theatrics that is happening. You are doing all this because you want me to like believe that you're not willing to go, and you're like so great, and you still want to live here. You're just trying to like emotionally blackmail me into giving it back to you or something. And he says, no. So he said, then you haven't yet, where are you headed? Like, you haven't yet paid me enough. Where are you headed this way, like with your wife and son? Where you're going? You have to, since you have given me. So his logic was, the sage's logic was, you've given me Ayodhya, right, which is an act of charity. You've given me charity. If I've accepted it, if I accept your charity, you owe me dakshina in lieu of that. So you have to pay me. You still have to pay me. And he goes like, I have nothing. You took away everything. You told me it's just you, your wife, and whatever. Look, take your family and go away. I'm doing that. I have nothing left on me. How can I pay you? He was like, I don't know that, but figure out. And he was like, how? We have nothing. So they start, the family starts crying, the praja starts crying that there's no way we can pay the sage. Like, there'll be a debt, right? In those times, it's like there'll be a debt. debt on your soul, debt on your clan, the Suryavanshi clan again. So he says, okay, fine, give me some time to earn some money so I can come back and give you dakshina. So he says, okay, fine. The sage says, okay, fine, I'll give you 30 days, a month's time. All right, come back and give me my dakshina. You owe me my dakshina. So they go to, Raja Harishchandra, his wife Taramati, and their son Rohita, they go to Kashi. Because they had to leave Ayodhya, they couldn't live there. So they go to Kashi, and the whole logic he gives is because, see, Kashi is the place where Kal Bhairav had come. Yeah, he's the one who's the Kot. You remember, I've told you the story in detail. The Kotwal of Kashi, Kal Bhairav is the Kotwal of Kashi, right? Lord Brahma had also come for salvation. Kal Bhairav got salvation in Kashi, so we'll also get salvation in Kashi. We'll be able to, absolve our sins. We'll be able to pay our debt to the sage Vishwamitra. So we should go to Kashi. That was the logic. So they go to Kashi now. Like now they had to earn the money to be able to pay back to the sage, right? So they asked for work. They asked for money. Work as in, you cannot bhiksha, but as in work, right? Kshatriya the after all. So like, give us some work. So they ask for work, but they get no work in Kashi for 1 month. It's literally the 30th day, and they haven't been able to get any work. They have no money at all. They're just barely living, somehow breathing, somehow surviving. And they are like, so they are like, obviously the family is like, how are we going to pay back? This is the date, the deadline's approached. It is right here, deadline's here. This is the end of the 30th. This is the 30th day. We have to pay back the sage today. So Taramati then like takes Harishchandra to a big mansion, like kind of a place, right? And she says, I know there's an elderly guy here who needs a maid to take care of him and everything. So how about you sell me to him and take the money and go pay back the sage? And he's like, no, I can't do that, this and that. But they ran out of options. It was the last day. They ran out of options, and then they had to do that. So and Taramati also keeps the son Rohit, because he was a child, he could not live without the mother. So she keeps the son as well in the mansion to take care of that elderly guy. So now Raja Harishchandra is alone, and he has some money that he has gotten in lieu of selling his wife basically to a wealthy elderly man. All right, so he comes back, and then he goes to the sage. He says, okay, this is the money I've owed. Here it is. So the sage says, this is only half the amount that you are supposed to give me. And Raja Harishchandra goes like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? How can this be half the amount? I've literally sold my family for this. Why do you need? How? He didn't really say that, but this was a question I had in my mind. Like, this is too much. It is really. I was like, when I was reading it the first time, I remember my emotions. Like, this is too much. Why? But just hang on to it. Alright, so he says, no, there's only, so imagine, what did I accept? I accepted the Rajya of like Ayodhya. Alright, I accepted Ayodhya's wealth. So that itni badi charity kaha, that dakshina should also be proportionate to that only, na? What is this? What have you got? This is only half the amount. Get exactly a double of this. Go get some more. Right? Itna hota. And then at this time, there's I think they were called they're 5 gods. They're coupled to, as in they are what do they call it? Vishwadevas. Yeah, sorry, it took me a second, because Vishwamitra and all that, the names are quite intense, right? So the Vishwadevas, alright, there's like gods and 5 gods, right? They are called the Vishwadevas, alright. So they appear, and they also ask sage Vishwamitra that, why are you being so greedy in a way? Why? He's done everything. He's given you his Rajya over something that he actually did not do. Quite honestly, something took over him. As we know, the entity took over him, right? He never disrespected you, really. But okay, if you think he disrespected you, but then he's given his Rajya, he's given his wealth, he's given everything. He is gone. He's like left everything, and then he goes and sells his wife and basically his son as well, right? Because he's literally left them both and gotten something to give back. Give the dakshina that you asked for. Why are you being so greedy, and why are you being so difficult? This is what they say. And Sage Vishwamitra as जो होते थे हमेशा ऋषि, you see people who are like that bright and that connected to God, they get angry very quickly. And he was like, okay, fine, all five of you, I'm cursing you all that you are going to be born as humans in your next life. After this, after the cycle or whatever it is, you will be born as humans and you'll have to undergo the human, you know, the suffering that is associated with our human birth, right? The human, whatever it is, you'll have to undergo this. So they go vanish, they run away then. They're like, oh, we got our, हो गया हमें, मिल गया हमें जो करना था, हमने बोल लिया, and this is what we got in lieu of it. So they just run away. They just go away. There's no, you know, mata pachi with. You can't win over. You can't like argue and win the argument when it comes to Vishwamitra, alright, Sage Vishwamitra. So then, so it is like, so again now he goes back. He's going back, and then Sage says, where will you get the money from? Tell me, where will you get the money from? He says, I have no idea. He says, I'm left with nothing. I tried for 30 days. Literally, this was literally our last option. I do not know where to get the rest of the money from. So Lord Sage Vishwakarma says, sorry, Vishwamitra, sorry, not Vishkarma. If I said Vishwakarma in between, so I'm sorry about that. Vishwamitra says there's a Chandal right there. Chandals are not booth, okay? Chandals, as we Chandal chokri hum samajhte hain na, no, Chandals are not booth, but they're the ones who do that dirty work of, you know, jo, when people are like cremated on those cremation grounds, right? People who actually do that bit, right? Where take the bodies, put it there, and jo pura, whatever the setup is done, and they are like, you know, put on the fire pyre and everything, that dirty job in the sense, that is what they do. And then the removal of everything around, so that's what Chandals do. Basically, those are the people that are called Chandals. The human beings are called Chandals. So he says, go and sell yourself to the Chandal. He said, what? And go and be his slave and do what he does. And he said, I can't sell myself to a Chandal. I'll rather sell myself to you. How about you? You take me in, that way I'll be able to pay you back. And I said, okay, great. So Sage says, okay, fine, I take you in now, and my first instruction as a master to you is, you go and sell yourself to the Chandal, and like go and earn the money that you owe me and everything. So back to square one. So he now goes, goes to the Chandal, and Chandal takes Lord King Harishchandra as his slave. He takes him as a slave, and then that's how they start now. He has started to earn. Okay, he'll get so the deal was he'll get 1/3 of the price of every cremation that is done. All right, so that's basically the cremation, whatever people used to pay for cremation, there was a cost that comes with, like, yeah, right, doing a cremation. So it was like divided as 1/3 will go to the king of the place, 1/3 will go to the Chandal, all right, who is basically supervising the entire thing, and the 1/3 will go to the actual slave. So it will go 1/3, Raja Harishchandra will get 1/3 of whatever the cremation, every cremation. That's how he was supposed to earn the money back, all right. So he does this, so that's how he tries to make the money. He's collecting money, surviving somehow, this, that, and in the meantime he's away from his wife, his child, they are somewhere else and everything, blah 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 blah, okay, all of that. So one day he's still like collecting money as much as he can, he's still saving money rather, as much as he can. Then he hears a woman in the dark, in the dead of night. He hears a woman who's crying, a crying woman, and then he sees the woman comes. She has like a baby boy in her hands, and she says, my son has died, I want to cremate him, can you help me please? And he says, you have to pay this much, this, and she says, I have no money, there is nothing I can do. There's nothing that I have that I can pay you with. I have no money at all, like literally I have zero money, I can't pay. So Raja Harishchandra says, these are the rules here. You have to pay a certain amount to be able to do the cremation. So I'm sorry, I will not be able to help you. I cannot help you with this and everything. So he literally, and then the woman comes in the light, because she was in the dark until now. She comes in light, and the Harishchandra realizes this is Taramati and the dead son is his. And then she goes like, says like, come on, can you not even cremate your own son? This is our son, can you not do that? You still want money? He says that I'm bound by certain rules. I've given my word to the Chandal, just I had given my word to Lord Vishwamitra, the sage Vishwamitra, The same way, I have to keep my word. I can't cremate our own son also unless you give me the money to do it. That's how this transaction is supposed to be. This is how the transactions are here in Kashi. All right. So then she says, I really have, again, it comes back to zero. I have no money. So he says, then you have to take your son and go away. Literally says, no, I can't cremate our son, which is very sad, right? It gets sadder and sadder, no? But wait, 2 more minutes. All right, then Lord Vishwa, then she picks up the son. She picks up their son, and she's like, she literally tries to go away. That is when sage Vishwamitra, kind of like stops her. Taramati, wait, your test is over. It was like all a test. He says, I'm so happy. And then they see that suddenly that boy has disappeared, and he is like literally standing right next to, the Rohita boy is standing right next to sage Vishwamitra. I keep saying Vishwakarma. I don't know, the divine architect Vishwakarma is in my thoughts right now. I don't know, what is he constructing? How am I being connected to him? I don't know. But so back to the story. Okay, so sage says, okay, Lord Sage Vishwamitra says that you guys have passed your test. Harishchandra, you have passed your test. Saramati, you have passed your test. I believe that you literally stand for those morals, for honesty, and for the truthfulness that you really are known for. And from now onwards, you'll always be known, until eternity, you'll be known as Satyavadi Raja Harishchandra. You'll be known as someone who stands for truth, stands for their word and everything. All right, so that's how how the story went. Divine gave me the story. In fact, those 5 Vishwadevas, actually, that the ones who spoke up in favor of Harishchandra, who were later cursed by sage Vishwamitra, they turned out to be the Pandavas in Dwapar age, basically the Panch Pandav. Okay, that's how everything is intertwined. We are all what we were. Like in our DNA today, you are all your past lives put together. The wisdom of all your past lives put together. That's why you see there's certain people who get really very wise. We say wise beyond their years. Why? They may not be that old, but they have the wisdom of those many births, those many lessons, those many things they have absorbed, right? All their lives, all their past lives. All right, so this is the story that Divine gave me today that I wanted to share with you. All right, so this is like and literally the story starts with the first sentence of the story is that this is Divine's way of. Divine also likes to test people every once in a while. You hear me, I keep on talking about you passed another test, you have ascended, you passed those like smaller tests, but probably one of those bigger life tests that Lord Raja Harishchandra had to go through. So it could something be like that had either happened in your life, or is happening in your life, or is about to happen, my collective. But I do feel you are at a place where you needed to hear this to make sense of it. All right, so I do feel this literally came in very strongly, very clearly. I didn't have to like join the dots even. It was given to me on a platter. Like, here it is, this is what you have to share, tell them the story. It starts here. So there was clarity, like in the beginning itself, they gave me clarity that the universe is probably, if you went through something, that it was universe's test to see you, how well you fare, and if you are really, have you inculcated what you are really, what have you been bestowed with, have you internalized it, have you like absorbed it to an extent that it is now you, the newer version of you. That is what your test was. The same people that we were 5 years ago, 10 years ago, definitely not, right? We are not even the same person that we were about a day ago, a minute ago, correct? We keep evolving. So it was just a lesson to see whether you have evolved, whether you are ready for the next phase or not. All right, so just that. So just see how much he went through, Raja Harishchandra, how much he went through. It was terrible. And like I said, and at the cost of repeating myself, literally when I read it for the first time, I had read it, I knew when I was reading, I was like, this is painful. Oh no. And for a brief second, I was angry at sage Vishwamitra. Literally was. Like, this is too much. And when the Vishwadevas appeared, they were like, you're being too greedy. I was like, I hear ya. Literally same thought. This is not fair, you've taken everything. But then universe does this, there's this story in Bible also where I talked about this conversation between Satan and God. This keeps on happening. There's a conversation wherein uh, against the devil, the God or the devil or the God or the Satan, whichever way you want to call them, all right, our God, right, and the opposition team, all right, the leader of the opposition team. All right, they were having a conversation wherein the devil, I'm going to call it the devil says that, your people, your disciples, your followers, they only love you because you give them so much. You give them all the love, all the life, so much abundance, so much prosperity. They love you because you give them so much. And divine, I think, did made an example out of Job. Job is one of the very, very, very famous characters in Bible. All right, so divine literally took away everything from Job, just like Harishchandra सब कुछ ले लिया ना अभी universe ने और divine ने, right? Exactly the same way. So everything was taken away from Job. Everything was taken away from Job, and divine was like, look, he still loves me. Told, like, divine's, like, our God's conversation with the devil was like, see, I've taken everything from him, but he still loves me. Still loves me, because Job never left his faith, never moved from his beliefs, never changed his belief system, never compromised, never sold his soul, even when that could have been easier. All right, so you're someone like that. I think you stand for something, so I think you could literally be, could have gone through something where you really, I think it's almost like, yes, like I said, you stand for something. You have a meaning. You're not just another soul. You're not just another being. You stand. There is something associated, some light associated with your name that shines too brightly. You stand for something. You stand for dedication to divine. You stand for truthfulness. You stand for morality. You stand for something on those lines, something like that, my collective, something like that. So if you have gone through something like this is divine's way of telling you that was just a test. All right, and this is something that it'll be good for your character development as well. All right, so remember this, any difficulties, anything that comes your way, all of this is also like there to create and evolve you, to create more qualities in you, to be able to to enable you to understand yourself better, how you see yourself, how you react to situation, how would you see if you were to lose everything, how would you react, how would you behave, which way would you go, would you become weak, would you leave your path? Let's say, for instance, in my case, it was like, my test was, would I leave my path, would I just let go of everything or not? If everything was taken away from me, what would I do? So something on those lines. I feel that you have gone through something like this, and this is something that you needed to hear. Okay, so this story exclusively comes to you. All right, it is just reiterate it in your mind. If you ever feel like why, just know that it is all divine's plan, and everything will be restored back to you and then some. Download this reading and come back to me with your answers. I'm telling you, download this reading, put it down on a piece of paper, take this as my guarantee on behalf of the divine team that I'm telling you, whatever you're going through, if you have not left things, if you're not changed your stance, if you haven't changed in that sense, you haven't, then everything will be restored back to you. That's my promise to you, divine's promise to you. And not just restored back, it'll be given multiplied, exponential. Okay, all right, that was one thing that, and then I wanted to since it's Ekadashi today, sorry, I'm not used to this word, but it's Ekadashi today. This is the day, it's Thursday, and not all Thursdays are Ekadashi, but this one particularly is Ekadashi is I think it's the 11th day of the lunar, something like that. It is dedicated to Lord Vishnu, and I was, literally moved in the direction of where the Ashtavakra, I have a copy of the Ashtavakra Gita, It was literally divine made me go up, open the shelf and like take it out and just read out something to you from it. And it's very close to what we discussed last time. Literally like Aham Brahmasmi, very, very close to that. So I'm going to read that to you. I'm just going to read it and you just absorb it as much as you can. All right. Just so you know, divine loves you, and this is their way of just saying I love you too, and whatever you're doing well, you're doing right, is what I'm saying. All right. So it says, okay, there are two here. Which one should I read? Okay, let me read the 31, number 31. This is where it opened, and there are three, at least two here. Let me read the second one, which is the number 31. The mind of the liberated one does not exert itself to be either meditative or active, but it becomes meditative and active without any motive. I repeat, the mind of the liberated ones. Remember how many times divine called us liberated in the last few readings, liberated, free. Literally divine is reconfirming that message, saying the mind of the liberated one does not exert itself to be either meditative or active, all right, but it becomes meditative and active without any motive. That means, what does it mean? Thank you, divine. It means, what is the divine trying to tell us? Literally divine is telling us here that you might be somebody, this message might be directed at chosen ones. I do feel, because it literally says the mind of the liberated. Now, who are the liberated ones? Who are the ones who have been able to exit the matrix? Who have been able to liberate and free themselves from the matrix? It is the awakened souls. All right, the awakened souls are the liberated ones. That is what divine is calling them. All right, so the liberated ones don't even have to, the chosen ones, they don't even have to literally go into meditation and see what is happening. It is like those truths are given to us. We are a part of that divine process. We become a tool in the divine process. So answers are given to us in advance. We can see things in advance. We don't have to. It is almost like being self-taught in a way, because you're not going to any external body to do it. You are being taught, you're being lectured, you're being literally you're a recipient of the divine knowledge. It's coming right from the source to you, since you're a part of the whole source thing. You're getting what I'm trying to say? I'm sure you get the drift, right? So it is almost like today so for instance, I'm telling you, I don't have to be I don't have to be in meditative state. Like, I don't have to go like this. I gave you an example last time, when was that? I told you that I was literally just sitting watching TV, and I literally went into 5D, and I just saw an entity, and just like it got like scared of me. That was last time, right? Literally. So you don't have to be. Literally divine is reconfirming that. Can you imagine? Right? So I'm sure I'm not talking about just myself, like literally chosen ones. We're all like, that is how we know stuff. We're part of that divine process. All right, we have surrendered ourselves to the divine. So we're part of that divine process. That's how we know things. So we don't have to actively like sit and be somewhere. We are a part of that thing. As I'm speaking to you right now, I am in the 5D as well. I'm in the 9D as well. I'm not just in 3D here. So it's that kind of slightly meta concept. Just dwell on it, you'll be able to understand it more. All right, now we are 39 minutes. Oh, good. So let's just do a little bit of tarot to get on that energy. We already know the energy. I already told you that I had to take an extra bath. Bro, I had to. What is this card? Which is, there's always like one card, but this time there are two cards. Oh. Okay, so we have two cards in reverse. First I saw this one first, the 9 of Swords in reverse and the Ace of Wands in reverse. So both in reverse. Okay, bottom energy. I see someone being really weak right now. Being really weak. Okay. Let's just get more clarity on this. Someone being really weak. So I think it, I know, but I saw this one first. So I think someone was in a lot of, then how have they, okay, let me just get clarity on this one. The energy is like someone being really weak, someone losing their, okay, it could be that, okay, collective is if there's any one of you who was like losing their focus, being distracted or something on those lines, losing your passion. Exactly, thank you divine. Yeah, that's what I was looking for, that word. If you're losing your passion or something, I don't know, that has been taken, that whatever was bothering you has been taken out of your system, is what I feel. What is like very fast, it's happening really fast. You won't believe it how fast. It's happening really, really fast. I want to keep these back. Someone celebrated. I said I want to keep this. Someone celebrate, or there's a celebration coming in your life. Let me see what really is. It's quite muddy right now. That could be. It could be quite. Oh, they're trying to. Oh, and the card right here is Devour. And what is this? Aggressive. Somebody trying to like spiritually devour you, or that aggressive energy. And why is this not happening? Why am I confused about those energies? Why? I'll tell you why. Because imagine it's Ekadashi and we dedicated something to Lord Vishnu, and Lord Vishnu is right here. You see why am I favored? Why? This is why. Lord Vishnu is here. Oh, so sweet. And see what is he doing? Oh my god, I just said that you learn directly from the source, from the divine, and see, teacher, coach, Lord Vishnu. I just said that like 1 minute ago, maybe, right? And I love you too. Divine loves me, telling you, Divine loves me. I'm their favorite child, I have to say. So why that energy confused me is because I think that's why it's like it could be that someone's trying to muddle your thinking. They're two different energies. Okay, I'll tell you what. When people try to keep you confused, right? They show you a lot of love at 1 second, and then suddenly there is no love. There's like, oh, I like you, and then suddenly hot, suddenly cold. That is a typical narcissistic trait. Understand this, my collective. It's a typical narcissistic trait to change your stances. They're literal that ace weapon. This is what they do to people. This is what, if somebody's trying to do this to you, please identify it. Now that I've said it, I'm sure it's like, you would have felt that relief. That is a relief. See, happy family. Your bottom energy is happiness. But on the top is someone trying to devour. And see, I picked up ऐसे randomly, there are other cards beneath it. The other card that now is ugly. Some really ugly energy is trying to like devour you. You know, like devour in the sense like spiritually. Ugly energy, right? And ugliness is not, I'm not calling anybody ugly as in their outside, externally they are ugly. I think it's the inside out. No matter how beautiful you are outside, but you have like evil inside. Now dikhta hai face pe. No matter how ugly you are on the outside, but you have a beautiful inside, it will show, it will shine through. Queen of Wands, you're fine. You're good. But that if there for a second you had that was a muddled energy that it took me like a second, like what is this energy? What is happening here? That could be it. That is the emotion probably you felt or you're feeling, or if you're going to be feeling, because maybe you're being told of this in advance. Hot or cold. Suddenly you're the best, you're the worst. I love her, hate her. This is great. This is the baddest I've seen. Oh my god, can't believe this is happening. You know that kind. What is this? और जब flip हुआ लेकिन शक्ल नहीं दिखाई तो I'm going to keep it back in. Okay, 1s and 2s please, Divine. Thank you. But the attempt is to literally, that word devour is very strong, yaar. Devour. Very strong term. Something flipped and it just went back in. I want to see who you are. The Death and the Magician. So this is going to go through this. I'm telling you. The Hierophant Divine is right here. See, I'm telling you. एक तरफ Hierophant, एक तरफ Death is coming for this person. Magician and नीचे moon दिख रहा है? दिख रहा है? Now I've told you so many times, what does it mean? It literally is those things done in the dark. Alright, all of that will come to light. Divine is like passing a judgment. Hierophant is right here. Okay, one second. Just want to put everything back. It's up exposed here. I don't like to see them this way. I want to keep them this way so that I don't see the cards. Okay, again I've told you death. Abhi fir se bottom mein death hi hai. Something has been put to rest because I think Divine's just got Lord Vishnu is right in the mix. See, we evoked him. This is how gods are, dude. You just have to just show love to them. They come. Oh my god, there was this, one of my chosen sisters, she was doing a reading and she had like, one of her, she does it differently, of course, everybody does it differently, right? She was doing a reading and she said something like, you call and they come. It could be for you. Maybe I heard her so that I could tell you this when Lord Vishnu comes, and maybe you can call on Divine and Divine comes. Right? So just so you know, you're in the Divine team. We are always going to win no matter what. However it looks like, we're always going to win. So just remember this, okay? Just call on God. If you get confused, if you're a chosen one, then I suggest 33. I can see on the clock over there. 14:33. Yeah, I could only see 33 from here though. So just ever you get confused, just go. If you're a chosen, you see Hierophant again. Wanna see Hierophant came in, Avaz pure, not hard knock, but knock, and with justice. I'm telling you, this is, whatever was hidden is going to come to surface, is going to come to light. Alright, and that is what this muddy energy is. This person could still be trying to like create illusions for everybody. Alright, so just trying to like maybe tell people or create new things so that people like, are confused for a second. What is happening? What is this? But it's the end time approaching. This is the end of this expedition. They've been told many a times, but they didn't take it seriously. It is the end of the expedition. How many times have we had the death card? It has come twice here already, and Tower, see? I'm telling you, end of this shebang, end of this. Ooh. You could have a lot of distractions. I can feel that. You could have a lot of distractions. However, just stay focused. Whatever it is, just give it a second. If you don't understand something, just give it a second. Just give it a second and go to God. Just ask God, Divine, I did not get this. Can you please explain it to me? It'll come to you. And who's coaching you? Look, Sri Hari is coaching you, man. Don't ever, underestimate your teacher. Your teacher is literally divine. They are learning whatever their shebangs they are learning from, like whatever book they read. I don't know what they read. I don't know what is the name of the book. I'm forgetting it. I got that book once, and I remember I got it because I was, Zen, twice a year, I would say. Not every year, but like twice a year at least. He gets this like, let me go and get you 15, 20 books. So we go to Crossword or wherever so we always get, for me, he won't read any of it. He doesn't have the time to read it, but he will say, his way of like pampering me twice a year. Alright, is this? Let's get 15, 20 books for you. 15 books to minimum. Let's get them. One of the books I picked up, it was like, I remember I picked it up last time when I went for this whole thing, Zen and I did. And there's a book on power, something about power, some rules of power, something. And I picked it up with all those other, if you know me at all, you would know that I would rather read a religious text over anything else. That's what I prefer reading. Even in my spare time, that's what I would do. And it has to be a religious text, something about psychology, something on those, something cerebral. All right, it can't be bullshit. I'm not here for like fictional reading or for romance novels or this. I'm not here for that read. I don't enjoy it. And if you enjoy it, great, good for you. But I don't enjoy it. I totally focus. I've changed completely. I can't believe that's the only thing I like reading. All right, so I got this book, like I said, but since I was buying so many, I thought for a change, let me read something else, something different also. So bought that book. It had some rules of power. It's still in from where Ashtavakri was real, but it's there. I know, in my stack of books. And the day I thought, okay, let me just read this for a change. All right, Divine stopped me. No, Divine was like, no. You're not reading that. I was like, okay, I kept it back, and I know Divine, and I knew exactly. I didn't even have to ask why. I just knew that Divine did not like the book, did not want me to learn these rules of power or something, did not want me to take in, absorb in any of that shit. It was like, you be as you are. Divine loves me the way I am. जो जैसे हो मुझे वैसे ही पसंद हो. नहीं मुझे चाहिए तुम कि मुझे वो rules of power पढ़ो, or you do something, or you learn to work the world or something. Divine doesn't want me to learn to work the world or anything. It's like, I want you the way you are. This is your purpose. I want you exactly how you are. Don't want you to turn into those people. Did not let me open that book even. Like, I obviously opened it when I was somebody's celebrations are turned sour. क्या हुआ किसी ने, somebody celebrated in advance or something, some celebration turned into sour. Okay, what I know, something karmiki. We'll think about confirmation. All right, but yeah, Divine did not let me. I obviously opened the book and I went through what exactly the stuff is. It talked about power play. You should not do this. Never help people like this. Never do this. Understand this. Play this. Something on those lines. But I was just interested. I thought it'll be a good, different read for me then. So hence I bought it. There was no other malicious intent in my head, oh, blah, 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 or something. But Divine did not even. When I went in to pick that up from my stack, Divine said no. That's it. So just so you know, this is how Divine loves us, who we are. नहीं लोग को पसंद आते तो नहीं आते भाई, that's okay. Divine तो प्यार करते हैं ना अपने को, ये देखना है आपको. This is what you have to see. My chosen brother literally today, when I was feeling that heavy energy, I was telling you, that projected energy was like as if, oh God, what bullshit was that? What was it? When I was feeling that energy, like I can imagine when this is how a karmic really feels like from inside. It is their energy when they're like, wah, wah, when they're doing it, किसी लोगों को गालियाँ निकाल रहे होते हैं या लोगों को बदुआ दे रहे होते हैं. This is how they feel from inside, and I feel, how difficult it is to actually live like that with yourself. It must really be heavy. It must really be heavy. You're the Hermit. Okay, let's just take out cards. So, just telling you that Divine loves you the way you are. And if you feel that you are like not being liked for who you are, then so be it. So be it. You'll always be taken care of. Always. There's a story I want to tell you. There are two stories. Okay, let me first finish the one that I was saying. I just was listening to my chosen brother, and he was also saying the same thing. And he's the closest to me spiritually. Again, I've never met him, but I know in spirit who he is. And I literally treat him like my brother. If we were like, literally, he's closer to me spiritually than my real brother. Okay, and he was talking about how he didn't want to be, enemies with anyone. He doesn't wish anyone, ill or anything, but there are so many enemies that he has. It's like, I have never picked up any fight with anybody, but I don't know why people hate, not that he didn't say he doesn't know or something, but there are moments you feel that negative in it, and you have to sit with that negativity that is projected on you from other people. So he was feeling that, and I was like, oh, go home. Maybe he felt it because so that I could and then suddenly he reminded me that we should all, if you ever feel this, we should do our cord cutting, we should go, cleanse ourselves. And I was like, oh yeah, isn't this what I tell you guys? So my own advice was returned to me through my soul brother. And then I was like, okay, yes, I have to take a bath. It really needs, and only then I felt like, okay, myself. So that energy was so, imagine these people, these kind of people, they live with that energy, bro. And while I'm on this topic, when I was telling you that I will tell you this story, that if you want, you will be always, as a chosen, you're on divine path, you'll always be taken care of no matter what happens. Take my word for it. No matter what happens, no matter what takes on. There is a story in my Guruji's autobiography where he says he's quoting his guru or somebody else, his guru, I think. And then he was like, everybody knew his guru was like telling a story that how somebody was very gifted and he wanted to want to do this, like this is what he wanted to do, wanted to be on divine path and not want to engage himself in the worldly things anymore, but he also had to take care of himself and his family, right? So he was like, divine could, so he went to my Guruji's Guruji and he was like, could you please speak to divine? Since you have better pull, could you please tell divine that is there any way you can please take care of me so that I can keep on doing my divine work without having to entangle myself in this worldly chit chat? And then yeah, a miracle happened. Literally, for I think he was told to do something, and then immediately I think koi pension band gayi or something on those lines, that he was given a pension and a certain amount that he was going to be given every month, and divine made sure that he got it and he can just continue to be on the path. I was like, whoa, it literally happened. It's not just in words. And he was sure that it can happen. So that's why he said, you have pull. Can you please tell divine to do this for me so that I can continue to do good work, continue to lift the vibration of this planet, continue to help people. Could you please take care of me? And divine took care of him. This actually happened, bro. And whoa, it's not just in words. See, I mean, it just you get reminded of these things. They get refreshed in your memory. You get your spirit gets refreshed by these things. Okay, so you don't worry about whatever it happens, whatever happens. Just keep doing what you're here to do. That is what your main path is. Okay, now we'll see if we get any cards, or we have the message for the day. 57 minutes. Okay, see, again the moon card is here. It didn't come out. आवाज नहीं आ रही है कार्ड मैसेज में, बड़ा चुपके से आ रहा है बाहर. Moon card. अच्छा, the hangman in reverse. Okay, this moon card, this is somebody who's refusing to learn. Oh, or hangman in reverse, like लटक के देखो enlightenment है कि नहीं है. Okay, let me see what it is. High priestess. Oh, Knight of Cups, Six of Cups in reverse. Okay, and King of Wands. This is nothing energy. There's too many cards वैसे भी, but this is a nothing energy. It's these, they keep on doing this. They refuse to learn their lesson. But that's it. That is what will keep on going until they are shut down. Okay, on that note, let me for a second. 2 seconds may get so hot. 2 seconds, just yeah. Okay, all right, so this came in loudly. It is a 2 of Cups. So a union, divine union, a destined union, a partnership, a new business, or whatever, marriage, relationship, something is on the cards. Should I take it? It didn't come out, or should I take it? Okay, chalo, theek hai. I'll keep it back. If they only fall off, divine, okay. If they come out loud and clear, only then I will take it. But yeah, something might be on the horizon. Collective. Oh, something turned. Who turned? Don't tell me it was a dark card. Loudness, okay. Very loud people. Loud people yelling, screeching. Oh yeah, I had a very brief prophetic vision where again just like divine said, you don't have to consciously even dwell, and it just comes to you. So I saw a lot of angry faces, not angry, evil but angry. Okay, that would be the right description. Very very typical evil face, and then turn into very that kind, very evil. 2-3 faces, or really they are raging inside. Grrr, that kind of rage inside you can feel, and then suddenly they're that kind. Just be aware. प्लास्टिक पीपल ना, प्लास्टिक ऊपर से नीचे तक जो प्लास्टिक है, इनके प्लास्टिक से दूर रहना है अपने को, राइट? Say no to plastics. See, I said I'll take the ones that really fall into my lap. Here it is. The 9 of Cups. You are sitting like this. Like, me and my cups looks there. See? सब कुछ एकदम properly lined, सब proper लगा हुआ है, सब sorted, new shoes, matching socks, beautiful turban, new robe, all that. You know, like, you know, picture नहीं, हम लोग फोटो नहीं खिंचाते यार, literally फोटो खिंचा रहे हैं. Like, look at my trophies, look at all that I have won. It's like that, in spirit. Or you might have actually won those many trophies, I do not know. You might have really done well. You could be literally a sports person, an intellectual, whoever you are. You might have, I'm not taking that away from you. It could be you could have one of those people online right now watching this. But this is more in spirit. You and all your trophies, so you and all your divine tests that you have passed, all those levels you have passed, all those difficulties you have passed. So now you're at 9 of Cups, self-sufficient. Okay, there's another card that flipped, but I don't know it. High Priestess. You could literally have the power of yin and yang. You could look into things, look into the future, or look more. It's not only about looking into there's no crystal ball to look into. Alright, there is nothing like that. You'll be खुले आँखों से आप देख सकते हो जब vision आती है. You don't have to like go into anything in like that, which is very cliched with meditation. You don't have to be in meditation. You don't have to sit like this. You could literally be in meditation while just existing with normal people, right where in between them. All right, you could have the power to look beyond, is what I was saying. It doesn't always mean looking into the future. It means looking beyond. People, even with the best of intentions, can have something else going on in their mind. All right, they may say one thing to you, but it could actually have something else going on in their mind, and you can pick up on it. You can literally see it. Again, see the happy family, castle, this, that, shebang, 4 of Wands is right here. This is the second time it's the bottom energy. So you're really, really doing well, whoever you are, irrespective of your circumstances. I'm not in job right now. I'm not working right now, but I'm doing really well. It could literally be that. It could literally be look at these two folks, by the way. Oh, and CJ, the 6 of Pentacles, Divine's Grace, and this is due to Divine's Grace. All right, just see these two people. Let's just talk about this card for a second. Look at these two people here. Yeah, it is literally, they're like new robes and flowers in their hands. It's like happy marriage. It almost looks like mandap in a way. And castle, peach and everything. Yeah, and they look happy as if they have just got married or something, some new relationship. Marriage doesn't only mean relationship. Could again be a new endeavor, a new project, a new mindset also. Fresh mindset. The way you look at things is also, could be indicative of this. But it literally means a very happy new family. Very means you could be doing really well in your family, and that could be obviously irking people. But right now you're sitting like this. You have the 9 of Cups. You have everything. You don't need anyone. You're sitting alone, yes, but you don't need anybody. Do you? He's looking really happy, sitting on wherever he's sitting on his stool, and he's like, I got these cups. Look at, they're on display. So it's like Divine is putting you on display here. That's my child. Look at my child. See how much they won. It's almost like that, on those lines. All right. And then you are also the High Priestess, someone who can look beyond the veil. People, like I said, they could mean the best for you, but if they have something else going on in your head, you can pick that down. And that is what scares people. Like, we're so scared of her. We're so scared of him. Because you can see through the illusions and others can't see through, and everybody else gets fooled, but not you. Or whatever, like there could be someone whose charm works on everyone, doesn't work on you. You find it repulsive. Loud card. See, I angered somebody, I think. What is it? Ace of Cups, upright. And what else? Again the Death card. Bhai, divines made up their mind. Nothing is going to shift. Divines made up their mind. They didn't come out, so I won't take them. I will just take few more cards now. We are, oh, बहुत सारे हैं divine. They are like really half the pile. So I'm going to put them back without looking at them. 1 hour, 5 minutes. Okay, nah, I need to like get going. है ना? So let's just not make it very long. All right, but let's just take out few cards. Divine will take 1s and 2s, please. We love you. Thank you. And we love our angels. Did we say thank you to our angels today? We didn't. So let's just take a moment. I'm sorry. Alright, so yeah, I was just so focused on that. And yeah, see, again, don't get distracted. We got so many noises that came in from outside this house. This is like a very quiet street. You don't hear much. Okay, so I don't know how all of that was happening and all. So just, and see, we forgot to even like thank our angels. So just be, might be a message here for you that you don't get distracted. Okay, just keep doing what you do. That's it. जो होना है अच्छे के लिए होना है, जो नहीं भी होएगा वो भी अच्छे के लिए होएगा. ठीक है? Alright? Nothing to worry. Alright. Okay, let's, something else wants to come. Okay, yes. Okay, but they didn't fall out, so should I just, I can see the Hierophant, I can see the star card. See? Divine's Kripa is on you, bro. Divine is right here, on Kripa on you. And the star card is, where is, I saw the star card. These I saw, but they didn't come out, so I won't take them. But yeah, thank you, Divine. We love you too. And all upright, okay? Everything is upright here. What is this? Wants to turn. जैसे मैंने बोला upright here, one card wanted to turn away. Okay, let's see. If they come out, we'll take them. Otherwise, because Divine has given us this energy like gazillion times already. At bottom of the deck energy, So I don't think there's literally, if it doesn't come out now in my last shuffle, then that's our message. Then we don't have to like, oh, Divine. That's it. Okay? Alright, so your cards are the 9 of Cups, the High Priestess, and the 4 of Wands. Beautiful cards. I'll show them to you once so that you can remember them and connect with their energy. Here it is. The 9 of Cups, the High Priestess. See? She is not a queen. I've told you this in the past also. Remember this. She is not a queen, but she's sitting on a throne. Remember this, she's not a queen, but she's on a throne. So she might not be like the other, like Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, or even Empress. All of them. She is connected with divine. So she is on that divine throne. This is a different pedestal altogether. Alright, and she works with the dark and the light. And moon jo hai, pav mein hai. Literally. So all that flim flam, all that, we'll keep this hidden, will not let this come out. All of that is at her feet. Just imagine her power, that she wants to expose it, she can expose it any second. So she's just being kind and nice. She wants to keep the balance. Just see, the moon is right here at her feet. Remember this. Alright, and see the yin and yang, see her beautiful throne, see her crown. This has been given to her by the divine. This is not a usual bejeweled crown or something. And she has a cross right here, which depicts her that she's holy. See? You see this? She's holy. Again, you don't have to be a Christian. You don't have to be, to be of a certain religion to understand and connect with divine. Just take these as symbols. Okay? Alright? Just look at this. All of this. So good. Beautiful. White robe. White and blue, actually. But I do feel this is white and there's just the blue light on it. Confirmation. And blue light is whose light? Blue would be, let's say, Lord Mahadev, right? Lord Shiva has that blue light, right? Even Sri Hari is blue in color. Like we used to say, Krishna is he's depicted as blue. right? Not Sri Hari, but Lord Krishna, at least his Krishna avatar is depicted as blue, right? So all that blue, it could be that same grace of divine could be on you. That light, that blue light is like you're being you see these two symbols B and J. It could literally be like you could have Mahadev on one side and you could literally have Lord Vishnu on one side. And the number is 2 here. The High Priestess, number 2, the card number 2. So 9, 4 and 2. These numbers might be relevant to you. I don't really go into the numbers as much unless they are angel numbers, right? But yeah, they might be relevant to you. Okay, these might come in your date of birth, or they might be your life path number, your soul path number. 9, 4 and 2 is what we got today. Okay, alright, that is that. 1 hour 10 minutes. I don't know if we should do my cards or not. ये तो भारी रहेगा भाई, whether I should do my cards or not, because I think we have got a message for today though, and we already took out some cards, है ना? So let's just keep it at this. I don't want to make it excruciatingly long because I know that then you have to take out that much time to watch it, right? I know you guys are busy. Okay, so I think that being that, I do still feel pull towards my card. Let me just take out few. Love it. So array. Okay, so I try to pick up all of them together, and there's the last one is the culprit. बैंड बजने वाली, जिसको जो डिवार करना चाहता था ना, वो ही डिवार होने वाला मुझे लगता है. That is what I feel. Some band. Okay. Guru. See, Guru again. Teacher, coach, Guru. Just see. You could literally have the planet Guru also. Isn't it Jupiter, right? The Brihaspati, which is called Guru. Because Lord Brihaspati is the guru of the devas, right? He could have his kripa on you. Could be that. I'm going to take this. My Holy Spirit. Next is Holy Spirit. I think that's, we don't have to, we already have this message. Now should I take it? You already have the message though. I don't want don't want to make it too long. We'll just take some cards, okay? We'll just take out itne se cards. Let's just, these are also many, but let's just take it. These will be our cards. That's it. You already have our messages. Special powers or superpowers. I'm telling you, divine, your special hermit. Your special power is hermit में क्या है? The light is, you have a lamp, you can show the light not only to yourself, you also show the light to the world. You are the light of the world. Alright? And I do feel that, one second, let's see what other cards are. Allegations, array, yaar. Somebody, this culprit person could literally be throwing allegations towards you. That could be the heavy energy that I was feeling. Very heavy energy. I don't know why. Very, very heavy projection. It was so heavy. God. भाई कैसे जीते हो अपने साथ में? Faith as big as the mustard seed. It's an adage. That's all it takes. It's like literally we called on to Lord Vishnu. We don't even evoke him. But we dedicated something to him and he appeared. You saw that. He appeared. See, so faith as big as the mustard seeds. That's all it takes. Divine is saying that's all it takes. That is all I want from you. Yeah? And then see, fraud. Arey, this fraud energy is back. Yeah, isko akal nahi aayi abhi tak. This fraud culprit person is going to be caught. Allegations, whatever, crown chakra. Yeah, you will already know this. That's it. That is what literally crown chakra. That is how you take in all that divine information that is given to you, that you not only foresee, you're able to see through the illusions in that present moment also. Alright, and you can also derive knowledge, wisdom from your past selves. Alright, you get messages from your higher self, you can also get messages from your past selves. Because how they felt and how they reacted and how they dealt with things. And your different lives, not just has to be your this life, your different lives. those past selves. Alright? So yeah, so crown chakra, divine reiterating that you are me, I am you. Alright? That is that. Don't worry about it. Yeah, whatever it is, बोलने दो लोगों को. ठीक है? Whatever goes. Blessed. I broke it at blessings. See? That's it. Already पता है मुझे. I want to do the cards, but I also feel that messages already come, so I don't want like divine भाई दोबारा बताओ. ऐसे भी नहीं करना होता. ये मैं कर चुकी हूँ, बताया मैंने आप लोगों को. I've told you guys, right? I literally used to first when I started this, I used to be like, I was not sure of like the message coming, so I said, can you confirm it to me? Can you confirm it to me again? Can you confirm it one more time? And Divine was like, yeah, question. What is it? Keep asking me one question. What is this? Ask something else. Literally. Yeah. So just so you know, it is what it is. You would know when it is right. And see, today I want to do it, but I know that we already have a message. We don't have to keep asking for the same answer. Alright? You know the answer, internalize it, know that you are being taken care of. No matter what happens, you'll be taken care of. Whatever is happening, works out, doesn't work out, does this, that, blue, you'll always be taken care of by divine. Always. Okay? Irrespective whether you even request for it or not, you'll be taken care of by divine. Just remain true to your path, just like the whole story, that long story I told you of Raja Harishchandra, how he was tested. And brutally tested, man, how he was tested. But see, he did not leave his path. You just need to learn from our ancestors. Alright? Okay, so that will be all for today, my collective. Thank you so much for giving me so much of your time. I'll meet you very soon again. Until then, bye.